So I've been giving these weekly webinars, and there is definitely a commonality that's been coming out among all the teachers, hundreds and hundreds of teachers who have now registered for this webinar. It's called the How to Diffuse Your Students' Big Emotions Without Feeling Like a Classroom Therapist. And what I'm really seeing firsthand in the chats and in the email correspondence and even the text correspondence that I'm doing with some of these teachers is that they are struggling. And the teachers are struggling because students are struggling. And I want to talk a little bit today about where the answer lies, because the answer truly lies in you and how you can approach these struggles. So let's talk about that today. What do the arts have to do with learning in SEL? Oh, so much. Join me as we explore the depths of how these things come together through SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning. We'll look at the mindset, the methods, and the integrations that make SEAL so effective. So plug yourself in. It's time to get inspired. Hey everybody, Elizabeth Peterson here from the Inspired Classrooms podcast. And I want to start out by just saying you're a good teacher. And I think you know that. Deep down, you know that. You have the right heart for this. You have the right skills for this. The thing is that you're probably struggling, right? You may be worn out. I see it on so many teachers' faces, even as they may be beginning a new school year fresh. There's just that sense of struggle. And, why is this? Well, I think it's because we know that our students are struggling, right? They come into our classrooms and sometimes they have a frown on their face, or they mope into class. They just seem kind of unmotivated on many days. Maybe you have students that are just kind of shutting down or acting up, and they're struggling because sometimes students will actually even refuse to do some work. And then they'll get angry when you try to actually help them. These kids have some really big emotions, and it causes them to not be able to do the work that you know that they are capable of. It causes them to not want to take risks and not want to make even the simplest of mistakes. And let's face it, you are doing things to help your students, right? Because that's what you want to do. That's what you were built for. And there's no doubt in my mind that you're doing things like you're trying out all these different techniques and strategies that you've heard about, maybe learned about, that are supposed to help students to get to a place where they can calm down, focus, and learn. Maybe you're trying out some breathing exercises. Maybe you're reading stories to your students that have that focus on kindness. Maybe you're doing some like circle time discussions. So you're talking about emotions that can come up during the school day. And maybe you've even attempted to try and just ignore when a student is having a big issue because you're really just afraid to open up and unleash Pandora's box. Or you're worried that if you pull a student to the side, you'll just be leaving the rest of the class on their own. And, when you've done that a few times, you start to have this guilty feeling that you maybe are spending too much time with one or two students and ignoring the rest. And yet I know that you want to help your students, right? You can't help it. It's just who you are. It's part of why you became a teacher, to make a difference, right? So what is a teacher to do? Now, a lot of times schools are trying to help their teachers, trying to give them some strategies that they can use. A lot of schools nowadays are turning to implementing a packaged SEL program. that focuses in on social emotional learning. And I understand why, because, these programs are nicely packaged. They're done for you. They're carefully put together in just a nice, easy to follow format where you can pick up the book or pick up the lesson, read the script, press the play button and watch a video. And then, another lesson is completed. But the thing is that programs like this are just not reaching your students the way that you need them to be reached. They're good. They're good at introducing concepts, but not at dealing with the day-to-day issues that come up. These programs are kind of like roadmaps. Those big roadmaps, the kind I'm talking about, where you open them up and you use them, and then it takes all your energy and effort to try and fold them back up. And the thing is that maps are great, right? They show you where you need to go. They show you how to get there. But the problem with those maps is that they don't know the current situation on the road in the moment. And for that, what you need is a GPS system. That GPS system is going to be adaptable and responsive, and it reflects, the current terrain and the roadblocks and the traffic that are happening right in the here and now. And that's what you need in the classroom. You don't need a big old map, but you need a flexible GPS that helps you to navigate your classrooms, the twists and turns effectively so that you can address the issues that you encounter in real time. And I'll tell you, when you're able to build up your own repertoire of strategies to help your students in the moment, that's when you can feel like you're truly helping your students. And that's why inside of SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning, we have these embedded strategies. Because remember, SEAL is based upon the whole premise of integrating the arts and creativity into what you're doing. Embedded strategies so that you can literally embed and integrate into your teaching every single day so that you're not taking up additional class time, but instead these strategies become part of your routine to help your students learn so that they can learn to diffuse their own big emotions in creative ways that get them ready for learning. It reminds me of this one teacher. Her name is Lynn. She enrolled in our SEAL teacher training course a couple of years ago. She's a PE teacher, and after just 1 week of going through some of the lessons about the embedded strategies, she was amazed at how using them helped her to really feel so much more connected with her students. She said it was just really making a difference as they were entering the room, entering her gym. And what does that type of connectedness do for you? Well, when your students feel that connection, it builds trust. And trust is how you can get your students to not only enter your classroom with more ease, but then open up to the learning that's going on inside of your classroom. Now, what do you do when you use these types of creative SEAL strategies is that you're creating a safe learning environment for your students, which is just a powerful way to help your students to get to a place where they can be ready to learn. Because let's face it, that's what it's all about, right? That is the goal, getting your students into the classroom so that they're ready to learn. Because that's what we want to do. We want to teach the students. That is the ultimate goal. All right, so it is time to hand the conversation over to you. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Find me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm at The Inspired Classroom on both platforms, and I want to hear from you. DM me. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know. Are you using an old-fashioned roadmap? Excuse me. Are you using that old-fashioned roadmap, or are you ready to start implementing SEAL's GPS system so that you're better equipped to handle even the toughest days? Because those days are coming, my friend. They are unavoidable. We are going to be given tough days in the classroom, and it's all about how are we able to handle those tough days and how are we able to help our students handle those tough days. We can't do it when we have this big, clunky roadmap, but we can do it when we have the skills like a GPS system where we can be flexible and adaptable and handle those day-to-day struggles. So, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Get in touch with me. I can't wait to hear from you, and I'll talk to you the next time. Thanks so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe as we continue talking about arts, learning, and SEL through SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning. If you want to learn more, go to theinspiredclassroom.com. My name's Elizabeth Peterson, reminding you to get inspired so that you can be inspiring to your students.